Greetings, welcome to Talking Soccer, Talking Football. We are live. We've been chatting. With the Arsenal fans, sometimes are very confused. Utam, as usual, has been trying to educate us about Arteta here, praising Arteta off air. So we're trying to expose him, trying to educate him as well. But first things first, why we started the show this way, is that we want to congratulate Umalume Utamu. Umalume Utamu was Sakane, scooped all the awards, community, lani Thai, akumenzela mhlophe umalume.
Amhlophe malume, amhlophe njengekepesi lakho. Congratulations.
But male personality, male personality of the year. Angazi ukuthi kutsho male personality.
Personality batsho ukuthi ke uThamo uyaphila ebantwini, izenzo zakhe azenzayo, what he does for the community is attractive to the girls who are watching all over the world. So this is why he's called male personality. And his work at Asakane, this is a person who has united Zimbabweans across the globe, doing community projects as well as talking about issues affecting our own people. And now our people feel connected, feel that they're at home. Now we discuss all our problems, different problems at Asakane. As you see it, follow it on Facebook. That's where you can see all the topics. He brings people together to discuss the various issues. You can put yours, people that solve your problems. So he deserves it because he is the best in what he's doing. So sitam hlophe makorokoto, congratulations. Malume Thamu ukakwai.
Thank you very much, guys. Siyabonga umphakathi community for voting for us. If it wasn't for the community voting and for all of you guys voting for us, vele bekungeke kwenzakale. So yeah, siyabonga kakhulu for noticing us finally, being noticed. We've been on these platforms for at least 5 years doing this thing, but finally people have noticed us. So siyabonga. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As always, guys, I'm in Zimbabwe, in network bumper. So when the show goes down, the two of you can continue with the show. It's Talking Soccer, Talking Football. It is important why we are saying today is a special day, especially for me and all the people who are watching. Umalume, who is my good friend, who is my brother, he scooped 2 awards, which is very rare. It's very rare for someone to scoop 2 awards at the Zima Achievers Award. So he's a Zimbabwean, and a lot of people. Someone was asking, "Get to Maluma in Mozambique?" No, he's a Zimbabwean. Congratulations,
No, thank you.
Okay, right. The show, we're gonna do a musical show where we will dedicate for Umalume, but in the meanwhile, just be like a football matters. A lot has been happening in Liverpool. That's why supporters of Liverpool decided to do a runner. They're not here today. They might come up, right? Because they are shy, they are embarrassed. A lot of people say Liverpool will run away with it. Liverpool would defend the title. Remember, this is a team which stayed 30 years without winning a title. He just won the Premiership for the first time ever in their history last season. Guys, what is happening?
The wheels have come off. The wheels have come off from Liverpool. We knew they would come off sometime, but yes, they certainly have come off.
I'm going to be on Brian's side for a change and say, come on. Get over yourself. You're better than that. Come on. So, I'd say it's a spell. They're going through a patch. They don't have defenders. They're going through, and they have lots of injuries. So, and with those injuries, obviously teams are taking advantage of the loopholes, and technically teams are getting more smarter, and that's why Liverpool is in that position they're in. But I'm pretty sure if they get back into full strength, they'll be again difficult to beat.
But Malume, at the same point, at the same tone, we are in the transfer window now. Liverpool are not linked with any defenders. They're not planning. The front three is not injured. Only the new guy who came, Jota, is not there. But they're still struggling to score goals. What's happening? Salah, Firmino, and Mane haven't scored in how many games? I can't even remember when they last scored. So what's happening, Malum?
My take to that is they are playing a little bit more conservatively because they have to think about the defense. So they don't get the proper supply because you have a guy like Jordan Henderson, who is usually the link between the defense and the midfield, who is there playing defense now. So it disturbs the whole formation ega club. This is just my take. They're not get the goals are not flowing well because defense is gone. So it's a system that is connected all around.
But it shouldn't be considering signing players on loan like Socrates from Arsenal. It's not registered. He played for him at Dortmund there.
If I can come in, if you can hear me, Malum, what I want to say is that in Liverpool already they knew before the window opened that they were in a crisis. So take Guatemala early in the season, that is their strongest defender. So obviously everybody thought that Klopp, instead of relying on Henderson and Fabinho to play as defenders, he could even take a defender on loan, like Umtai is saying. Ty is saying that now we're talking a defender or even buy, because if you are really serious about defending, bear in mind that Liverpool are still in the Champions League. They're still in the Champions League. They are still in this title race. So obviously they have to look for defenders.
True. I know that with that point I agree with you guys that at least they could have brought someone in on loan, at least if they don't want to buy. But it's a question that needs to be answered. I don't know why they're not buying. I don't know. Could it be their finances? I don't know. What's going on there? We don't know. But they should really be buying a defender.
There are a lot of defenders who are lying idle, who have been let down by clubs. Like he's saying, at Arsenal, they've got Mustaf. They could have taken Mustaf and helped us get rid of him. He could have taken
Socrates is not registered for the Premier League. His contract was even terminated, was torn apart. They played together there at Dortmund. They know each other, so you could have helped the brother out because the club is struggling there.
Yeah. Utande ukuthi Liverpool say why losing to Manchester. Umalume said it last week. Said Manchester, he believes Manchester will beat Liverpool, and it has happened. What did you see there?
Fighting spirit, say Manchester United. Those boys have a certain attitude, their fighting spirit in them. Manchester is that very good, but they play together, they fight. In Manchester have a fighting spirit. So this is why I could tell Uguti if they come against that midfield and defense, Liverpool can make mistakes and Manchester would win. That's what I had seen. And I had also seen how Pogba are playing. Bruno Fernandes is playing. They have raised the quality of their game as a team in Manchester United.
Yeah, we would like to welcome Brian. Sorry, we told him from the word go that it will end in tears. This is a guy who's been crying. Yesterday, when I spoke to him on the phone, he was crying. As you can see him now, rough because he is unwell. So, Maruma Ukumelo, no Brian knows sure, what can we do? Now he's drinking lemon. I know it's tough. It's very tough. So, talk. You told Malume here.
Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this guy. Barber shops are closed at the moment. We are in lockdown. Barber shops are closed. We don't know when barber shops are opening. So don't listen to this guy. This is why this is happening. Right? We are in lockdown at the moment.
Okay. You said to Malume, come watch this space next week. Malume you lose against Manchester United. Tell us why.
Listen, I think we are where we are as Liverpool, and I think the biggest miss there that we all haven't really spoke about is missing Fabinho. Fabinho is like Sergio Busquets. Obviously, Sergio Busquets being the better player. Fabinho is like Sergio Busquets. He cuts counter-attacks. He snuffs plays out. He breaks up everything in that midfield. And that gives opportunity for players in front of him to run around and do what they do. At the moment, no one at Liverpool wants to go forward. Even Mane, when he gets the ball, he stops. Because they're almost afraid that if we do lose the ball, what happens? This is where the problem with Liverpool is. I was encouraged with the game on Sunday because we saw what Liverpool is about. Trent, Robertson, they were back and going up forward in their wings. But again, this is where we miss Fabinho. This is where you miss Henderson. Because they exploited where Henderson or Fabinho usually would be. Which is when Trent or Robertson bombs forward, those guys go out wide and create a four at the back. And Manchester United capitalized on that with the chances they got.
But your kid is lacking. I still believe that kid is lacking. Who was playing with your midfielder in defense? That's what the
There's
young
only
man
one thing
really...
that he's lacking. There's only one thing that kid is lacking. And it's unfortunate because pace is not something you can build. He just doesn't have pace. He can read a game, he can header, he can make a brilliant pass. He doesn't have pace. That's it.
Actually, I agree with Brian's analysis, and that's exactly what I was saying to Mta. Uguti, Liverpool is me. They are playing. You can see Uguti, they are being cautious going forward now because they don't have the strength in the midfield. Without Fabinho and Henderson, they're done in the midfield. There's a huge gap there. So it's a problem. And teams are capitalizing on that. They can see. Velama coaches who are smart, they know we have to exploit that position area.
Who was playing the central defender? Who was playing the central defender?
Fabinho and Rhys Williams.
So you're telling me that Fabinho was not there, but Fabinho was there.
No, I'm saying in the midfield.
Fabinho is there, not in that goal. That's right.
You listen here. Your analysis, I get your analysis, but you're wrong to say Fabinho. Just condemn your defense. You've got no central defender. No, this is why you choose
a central defender, but he's more
he's not a central defender, right? He's not a central defender. It's a makeshift defense. It's a makeshift defense. When a player mode, you didn't have defenders. Therefore, you're forcing that guy to go and defend. Look at the foul he committed. He's resulting in
Obviously, the reason why he's playing this because of Ulama central defenders. And now everybody will jump on the chance and say, why Liverpool sign defenders? Here's the problem that Liverpool...
Brian, what do you say?
They're not signing defenders.
Exactly. Because if you have a crisis in defense, you want to win the Champions League, you want to win the title, defend the title. When you've got no defenders, look at what Fabinho did there. Committing a foul, few minutes to go, near the 18 area, resulting in the winner.
Yeah. Now, the problem is this. One, the first problem we have at Liverpool when it comes to the defenders, no good, competent defender wants to come to Liverpool right now. Because once Van Dijk and Gomez are fit, you are third fiddle.
Ah, come on.
No.
Secondly, no defender wants to come right now. In fact, not that no defender will come right now. One, the prices of generally are high anyway. But the other problem we have is the squad. The 25-man squad that's already there. With the whole 7 homegrown players. It means if they bring in a defender, they have to take Gomez or Van Dijk out of that 25-man squad.
No.
But
very untrue. Very untrue. Very untrue. No.
So who are you taking out of that 25-man squad right now?
No. When a window opens, if you've got a player who is seriously injured, you can't keep that player there. You are allowed to register another 1 or 2 players on top of that. When there's a player
you are allowed to register a player. This is based on these players come in. Who then do you omit, Gomez or Van Dijk, because they are set to come back by March, April?
Right. When Van Dijk come, when we are 9th position, what does it help instead of getting a defender now and go back to number 2 and 3?
Asal, it doesn't help anything at the moment. But this is another problem. It is a problem on its own because, one, when Van Dijk is fit, Van Dijk has to play.
Of course.
Gomez is fit, they will have to come in and play.
Is he coming?
Because those boys also want to play in the Euro.
Is Van Dijk coming back this season? Because after this long layoff, he might be as good as coming back next season. Because
chances are that
the injury he had.
60-40, he might miss this season, the whole season.
Yeah, so just sign and replace him.
Injuries. Those type of injuries usually take 3-4 months to heal.
Yeah, because even if he comes back, maybe
right
let's say
he's getting the best air you can get in the world when it comes to injuries.
Let's say he comes back 3 months before the season ends. For him to get back to his usual self, to take him another 6 months. So the best of Van Dijk, you know, if I'm gonna see this season. So it's rather put him out and put somebody in.
Yes, I don't disagree with that, but it's all simplistic saying it now. But let's not forget there's contracts, people.
It's January.
These contracts stipulate that
I think, guys, I think we're not. In Chisa, I don't think you're hearing what Brian is saying. There's a whole lot here involved rather than just buying a player. There's a whole lot. Just finances are involved. Secondly, what do you do with the other players when they get fit? Thirdly, to get a player.
Malome, when you are playing a premiership, when you want to win the title, you don't say a player is a recover. By the time of Van Dijk recover, if a player be number 9, look a pendu.
Right, but
this is my point.
All clubs. Stop major cap. When you go there, you get a player on loan. Where you can pay for the last 5 months. Actually, 5 months to play a player who is cover in case so to help Liverpool. By the time
honestly, what are you getting? Chisa, what are you getting? That means you're getting those second fiddle. You're getting second fiddle players.
Socrates, guys, that haven't played. That don't play.
Because what you're saying to me right now, what you're telling me is
Mustafa is better than Gomez.
Will move. Come on. You're better than this. You think Samuel Titi will move right now from Barcelona to play 6 months? Oh, come on.
Listen,
come on, man.
You're not in a crisis. Just agree that we are a very poor side. This is why you're United. Logo still we can't buy. You've got 25 players.
Okay, all right. If we're a poor side, I have one question for you. For a poor side, right? Do you know what a European Cup is? Let's move on, please.
Let's move on from this. Let's move on from this Liverpool topic. You have exhausted it.
Behave yourself, Brian. Behave yourself.
This guy is out of behavior.
Let's quickly talk, brother. I can see more Arsenal fans in here. I can see the lineup who Pepe is starting. What do you say about this Arteta, this silly person who continues to make mistakes? Now he's put Pepe back.
I see. He also put Cedric there on the left back. When Quarantine is not there, you know Arsenal is a different team. It's not the same. And at the same time, Quarantine is not there. We sent a defender or a left back on loan, which is that guy from what is his name, Kalasnak. We sent him on loan. I don't understand some of the decisions that are being made, honestly. There's one left back that is left, which is Quarantine. And when he's not there, we are struggling. We'll put him in.
Where's Cedric? What's wrong with Cedric?
He's a right back. He's a right back.
He's a right back. Come on, Tom.
I thought you were complaining which Cedric is playing.
Even Ainsley, he can play there. He can cross a ball. When you get there, he does everything good. But the final cross, he can't put a cross. Nobody can put crosses like TK. So it's another one. I don't know.
So now, I'm confused really. Brian, I'm sure you saw the guy. This is the only chance for Arsenal to be in Europe next season, to win the FA Cup. He decided to change the team and put Willian, which was a scandal to give him a 3-year contract. So sure, the guy is this Arteta serious or Arteta has been sent to kill Arsenal? Yeah?
Brian, say something.
Brian,
Brian, say something. as a mutual. I think he's on mute or something wrong with his mic.
Malume, when you're a fan, you're a big fan. We like Thomas Masego, a guy called Thomas Masego, crazy about Arteta.
Brian is on mute.
Yeah,
Brian, unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah, Malume, I'm saying now you're crazy about Arteta, like Thomas Masego, a big fan of Arteta. Surely, what do you think, or why should this guy be changing team like that? Yet it was only hope to be in Europe, to win FA Cup.
Right. Changing teams, I mean, we spoke about...
This is what you guys.
Okay. So I think Brian Apana has a delay.
Yeah, no problem.
There's a delay. Today, when I'm looking at Arteta's team, he's got Bellerin there. Excuse me. He's got Bellerin playing in, and he's got Cedric playing there. I don't know where Kieran Tierney is. Ulimele, he's not even on the bench. He's not there. I don't know what's going on with him. He's injured. So if he's injured, we have Nedley Niles on the bench there as well, who can easily fit on that position. I think Cedric is equally good to play on that left back. I don't see any problem.
No, Malume, no. Come on.
Malume is not getting it. Malume is not getting it.
Maybe I'm not getting it. Yeah.
No, don't kill a player. Cedric is a right back. He's a right back. You said Okola on loan when you know you've got only one left back. What nonsense is that? Yeah? What nonsense is that?
No, I don't understand why.
Because at the same time, maybe you could have played Saka, but if you put Saka back, you drop him to the left back as well. You're killing the momentum up front. Up front, you to cause you to Tafagu Pepe or Willian, who are also useless. The team is not. Arteta's team is not balanced. If you look at every time he puts a line up, you see this team is not balanced. There's always a weak link somewhere, somehow. His team is not always balanced.
What?
Okay. So today's team, your issue is only on the left back, is it?
No, the one lineup. What is Pepe doing there? Why are you putting Pepe?
Instead of putting who?
Who plays there when Pepe is not playing?
Pepe hasn't been playing first team for quite some time. What has he done? What has he done to warranty his play? Because if you have to play, you have to have done good on the previous game, which is Southampton game. It was dreadful, absolutely not in the game.
To be honest, I know you're a big fan of Arteta like others, but I don't even know what Arteta wants. He can't have a good first 11. Every time he changes a team, he changes whether his formation, his strategies. I don't even know. Look at here. If we get beaten by Southampton this week, let me tell you one thing right now. If we get beaten by Southampton today, we get beaten by Manchester United on Monday. He's going. He's gonna go. They'll fire him like Lampard.
Come on.
He should go.
Yeah. No, Arteta is making some strange decisions there.
Well, Southampton also has a long list. Southampton also has a long injury list. They have about 2, 4, 6. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 players injured, and we are missing 4 players. What do you say about that?
They beat us with all those players out on Saturday. Don't forget that. We lost to this same team, Malume. We lost to the same team, which had players injured. So,
are you still in Arteta? You trust?
Me, I still trust in Arteta. I mean, listen. I even didn't like the idea that Lampard was fired so early, but you justify the fact that he was given a lot of money. I understand that, but with Arteta looking at the team, the squad that he's got there, I think it's equally good. Because in place of Pepe, who else can he play? If you look at the bench, he's got Nedley Niles, he's got El Nani, he's got Willock, he's got William, he's got he's got Nketa. Who can play in that position?
Maluma, I'll play devil's advocate on them. We are in position, what position? 10. With our squad, is that the 10th best team in the Premiership now? Or are we underperforming?
We are underperforming.
Absolutely. We should be there in 6th, challenging for 4th. Before the season began, we were saying, top 4 is ours this season. Top 4 is ours. But we were talking of number 15. Now, so you see that, is that the 15th best squad in the Premiership? Absolutely not. We are underperforming. So who should take the blame? When the team is not performing, only one person should take the blame, and that is the manager.
Okay,
Brian, welcome back. Maybe you can help me. I did help you with Liverpool, so try and answer these guys.
Asna. Hey.
You get a smile. We are saying, is Arteta confused? Does he know what he's doing? Is Arteta? Does he know what?
But this is exactly what we've been speaking about for the past few shows, where I did say the problem with youngsters, it's either they will lose form or at some point you'll have to reap.
No. Southampton, we had older players. Come on.
This guy is talking of youngsters. Oh, we are better than this guy, Brian. Come on. Youngsters, they played about 5 games. We are talking of the whole season.
Those guys are still there, and as long as they're still there, they will have to be played. As long as they're in their first team squad. Again, one thing we should always remember is these contracts, especially for people like Pepe, stipulate that a minimum of X amount of games need to be played.
No.
A minimum of X amount of Premier League games need to be played a season. Therefore, these guys, whether you like it or not, are going to play. And when they play, that guy will change his formation because he knows it is in Vutu and they don't fit his style. He's going to stay at Arsenal, I think, no matter how things go over the next few weeks. I think they're going to wait for the summer window and give that guy a bit of money, and get him to sign his own players. I think that's exactly what's going to happen there.
Anyway, let's leave Arsenal.
That is buhlungu. Because internet
we are not helping the situation, Brian. I was hoping Ezra will start with the Zimbabwean issue because he's there in Zimbabwe about this situation that happened there in Cameroon. I really needed to hear some clarity from him. What is happening there?
He's back. He's back. There he is.
Okay, what happened in Cameroon? What I was saying is that we said last week, we don't have a football association in Zimbabwe. This player has got a heart problem. The doctor's letters are clear. They carry the player to Cameroon, knowing fully he has got a heart problem. And then the FIFA president falls the bench and says, remove that player now. After 2 minutes, he was taken off. There's a doctor who traveled with the player. My question is, why did that doctor allow that player to be fielded on that particular day? Right? Why did the FIFA president phone the coaches to remove the player? This same coach from Croatia believes in Juju in Muti. He still insists that he was beaten because of the Juju. So, surely, guys, this is embarrassing to the world that we have a coach who is from Europe who believes in Juju. We have got a FIFA president who tells a coach to remove a player. We have got a doctor who allows a player to travel, yet the letters, the medical report that this guy's heart has got a heart problem. That boy was going to die on the field of play.
But Chisa, on the president issue, I second the president. From the story that I heard, what would you have done if you were the president? Because that boy's life will be in your hands. If you play him and then he dies, you tell the coach, remove this player because.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that president, when he knew, he should have asked why is the player traveling to Cameroon.
From what I understand, this is what from what I read. They said this cardiac MRI scan is not available in Zimbabwe, so every player was supposed to be to go through that testing, that process. So they said, okay, let's take everyone. They informed CAF, and then CAF arranged that scan where in Cameroon. When everyone passed, that player didn't pass. So they said no, they were advised not to play the player. So all of a sudden, I'm sure the coach was even informed by the president or these authorities that this guy is not supposed to be played. But to their surprise, they saw the player is now on the field. What do you do?
No. Okay, he's all right to call. But what I'm questioning is the doctor who actually went to accompany the player, who knew very well. When they hired a doctor was sitting at the Arsenal bench. He advises the manager that this player cannot be picked. So what do you say about that doctor? What do you say about the coaches? What do you say about the manager?
No. What I blame the president there is to say, why is the coach still on the job? Why is all those people still in the job? Because when I say I remove the player, I remove all of you out of the technical team. Because
even the player,
that's negligence.
Even the player should have taken responsibility of his own life as well and refused to play.
And refused to go in.
And refused to go onto that pitch because he knows there's a chance that he might die.
What we are understanding from the people who were there, they say that they thought this is sabotage. They just wanted one of their players not to play. You see how Zimbabwe is.
That's where Juju now comes in with the mentality of Juju talking. This guy
it raises a question that if that player is not supposed to be playing, so it means you was training. That's why he was picked. So this guy, actually, the coach is training this guy, playing him in training by force or by whatever. It's absolutely ridiculous to come to think of it. What if he collapses there in training and you understand?
Right. No, the only thing is that they don't believe in these things. Remember when they tested for corona, they were found to be positive. They didn't believe it. So we have a crisis in football in Zimbabwe, guys. We've got a serious crisis. Though Brian supports Zifa, we've got a serious crisis. Okay, let's move on and check it, Chelsea. Guys, do you think Ulampati...
competence?
Yeah. Do you think that Ulampati surely was given enough time? Because this is 1.5 years. 1.5 years at Chelsea.
No.
For me, he wasn't given enough time. He wasn't given enough time, and he was actually he left at position 9 of the league. And if you look at the points where he is versus number 1, he still has room to even finish Champions League position. So for me, I think he wasn't given enough time. That guy.
I think it's simple. Lampard was used. It's all that simple. Lampard was used by Chelsea, and it's a shame that they did it this way, because they only simply brought in Lampard because they were not going to get any high caliber coach as long as they had a transfer ban. It's all that simple.
Oh, I see.
And now they just needed an excuse. Things are dropping. They got rid of him.
Okay, let's look at Conte. This is a culture at Chelsea, guys, of firing managers. Conte just won the league. Conte lost only 2 games, and then he was on number 4 or so. He was fired.
Asali chisa.
This is the culture of Chelsea.
Angali at all. It is a culture at Chelsea, but the problem as well with Chelsea, with this guy, is they used Lampard, and then at the surface of any problems, because once you have any problems as well with the hierarchy at Chelsea, you are going. And the problem is he had issues with the lady there at Chelsea, one of the ladies there at Chelsea, who wasn't happy about what happened with Kepa, how he treated Kepa, and all that just manifested, and they got rid of him because they'd found enough use for him and moved on.
But at the same time, I saw a statement that Lampard released when he was still a player. You remember when that AVP was sacked? What he said?
Even use that.
You can't behave like Lampard was starting to behave like something else. You remember he was fighting Klopp, he was fighting Jose, he was fighting every manager on the touchline, saying they are becoming cocky with one title because he won more titles as a player.
Phela kule certain level of respect okade Lampard was meant to be given. The same certain level of respect that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got at Manchester United. Because let's be honest, let's be honest. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for Ifomga Fernandez, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might not even have stayed. But they gave him time because they saw Ifomga Fernandez is helping him. So give him time to help whatever, build a culture. They gave him time. Again, on the basis of this man was writing. If you remember the first few weeks of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you spoke about, oh, Sir Alex Ferguson wouldn't do it this way. Oh my God, Sir Alex Ferguson. He rode that Sir Alex Ferguson wave. And I think Lampard, being a Chelsea legend as he is, should have been given at least even 3 years to try and build a culture.
No, Brian, I'm not disputing that. I'm not arguing with you on that point, that Lampard should have been given more time or the whole season to finish it. And then maybe you look at the mandate that did he fulfill the mandate, what you asked him to do? If he didn't, then you can excuse him from the position. But my point was just saying to take just a cheeky on him of what he did. We don't forget what he did, you know. Yeah, but it's not like I'm condoning what they did to him as well. That was, I think they were just maybe like you were saying that they used him.
He was used.
They used everyone actually. The only guy that they didn't fire is Sarri, who left on his own accord. That he
but
left
because he had a disagreement with that hierarchy at Chelsea. You don't disagree with anyone at Chelsea. If you disagree with anyone at Chelsea, they open the door. They don't care even if they're going to pay you 10 million for the next 50 years. Right now, even if Tottenham can't use the name Jose Mourinho to sell merchandise, guess who owns that name? That name is owned by Chelsea. Only Chelsea can sell Jose Mourinho merchandise because they own the trademarks. Chelsea doesn't care. They will let you go, my friend. Yeah, Chelsea will let you go and pay you 30 million for the next 50 years. They really don't care.
Don't forget, Malume Pelo, Jose Mourinho was not allowed to come pay to coach until staying out of UK for how many years? Was it 3 or 4?
3, 4 years.
Yes, that one I knew. I didn't know about the merchandise thing.
No, it was signed for like 10, 15 years or something.
Tottenham can't use any other team in England cannot use Jose Mourinho as a brand or something. Look at my rights with Chelsea. Okay, asibale nama-message laba sibanga ukuthi siyabonga malume sitamhlophe kuye Liverpool seyawashiwa lose to Manchester United.
Liverpool seyawasisi why usenza so.
Pogba is getting form at the right time. Brian, you look upset.
Wow.
Really Manchester United. Babazala Pepe is starting. Namhlanje football is won and lost in the midfield. Liverpool to shift from to play central defense. It now means they have a weaker defense, like what Brian said. Ilan Elka with Arsenal this time could not beat New Jack City. Come on, winner. The good as a corner.
Behave itself.
So we're keeping 20 for Manchester United. Southampton is a problem for Gunners. Well done, Tamu. Ateta, we trust him. Thomas Masego. You want to be confused now. United. Link there's a big Ghana fan. Brian is still alive. I thought Brian has hanged himself. Thank God. Baba should not be competing in anything until COVID is sorted. Lampard got a job without credentials, Englishness. Too much interference from management at Chelsea. The guy failed at Derby. Has not that good. Let's not rate any incompetent manager. What is Rating Lampard? He struggled with Derby for real. So I don't know, but at Chelsea,
I wouldn't say it's not about rating him. I just think the way Chelsea used him was unfair.
They treated him unfair.
Because
bad.
That he was used. Let's not even try and beat around the bush. Chelsea used Lampard because they could not get a manager due to the transfer ban, and nothing could have lasted 3-4 seasons.
I get that. So, Ty, thank you, my team, for this interesting debate. All right, let's come to United, guys. Everyone ruled Manchester out of even top 4. These guys are hungry. I know Brian still doesn't believe Manchester. I think they're a threat. They're a threat to City. I think at the moment, to be honest, I put Liverpool aside. The two teams competing for the title are the Manchester teams, United and City. Manchester
No,
United, City.
I beg to
I
differ.
think Liverpool are out now. I don't know what you think.
I think we are out, but I beg to differ. Manchester United is anyway close.
Are you serious
No,
about that?
Yeah, I'm more than serious about it because. Sorry, Mta, go on, Mta. But
I think they will chase Man City up to the end, to the finish line, but they won't take it. But Man City will take it. But Man United will be there challenging. Because all these other teams, you see, Chelsea, they've changed the direction, they've changed the manager. Oh, that guy will need some time. And the other ones, Liverpool, they've got their problems there. So those two, they are the only team that are stable at the moment.
To be honest, there's an old man who normally predicts very well. He just told me that Liverpool will be number 4 at the end of the season and might miss it. Manchester United, this title, he actually said City will win it. Manchester United will be close. And I can't remember whether he said Leicester or Everton will be number 3.
Everton. Come on, let's behave ourselves. Everton. Come on, guys. We're better than this.
No, I said I can't remember. I think he said Leicester will be number 3. He said Leicester are a threat. Leicester are a good side.
Leicester are a good side.
I mean, Leicester is a good. Remember, I think.
Remember what happened last season. Happened last season. Leicester were running away with that 4th spot, but United overtook them after trailing them maybe with 10 points or something. When the pressure came, I think Leicester just crumbled.
That's Brendan Rodgers. They get beat by small teams. That's it.
That's Brendan Rodgers.
So I wanted to say, guys, see, let's not get over ourselves. You know, this narrative of ruler of Liverpool, I refuse. I don't go with it. Because you know what? Right now, if you look at the league at the top, it's so close, it's so tight. Everyone is fighting. Yes, Manchester United have gained the form. They're looking good. They're looking hungry. You can see in their attitude, the way they play, which they really want to win. They want the game. They're playing well, you know. But don't rule off Liverpool. Manchester United are doing well. Manchester City are doing well. Liverpool is going through their own issues. But they are a very good side.
This is a team, Malume. This is a team which has gone 5 games. Don't forget that.
They can bounce back. They can bounce back anytime. They are a very good side. Liverpool is a very, very good side, guys. They will bounce back, and we will all be talking a different conversation next week again, Kona.
Mina, in Lisa, what makes me laugh is it's like we're in a different universe. A few months ago, when we're laughing at Arsenal, when we're laughing at Manchester United and Everton were top, and everyone's like, oh my God, Everton. It's like we're in a different universe. This season is unpredictable due to a lot of factors. And if Liverpool find form again, then everyone is in trouble.
Yeah, right, Brian. Things are unpredictable. Nobody predicted that Liverpool would be where they are today. And we don't know how long will that continue. The suffering might continue. The suffering might continue.
We know something, fellas. One in. No, Mina. This the case. The question anyway was about Manchester United. I don't think Manchester United are going to win the league purely because I think the only person carrying Manchester United right now is Fernandes, and you can tell by the way he plays in that he doesn't even have a role in that team. He plays anywhere he wants up front, and he does what he wants. I fear that if he loses form or something happens to him, Manchester United are back to square one, because Iqiniso Eli corner is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a tactically minded person.
All right, still on that, the league is going to Manchester United. United will take it, says Geshom Lovu.
Geshom, please.
Umakazu Liverpool are done, Malume. Spurs will finish them. Watch this weekend when Spurs hammer them. Agree, Malume, let's not rule out Liverpool. Will definitely bounce back. Ungabuto, he said some important things. Say, Ulampati Tuan is a good coach. Yes, he was. United got their own. got their own group back at the right moment. However, I'm not convinced of their coach. Many games I've seen the coach lose them. Now I will see some players winning games for them. Technically, Manchester United coach is not that high level for Manchester United. I've seen coaches winning games and can't see him picking the title. Yes, I agree with Malume. If the activators come back, they will challenge. 30 years of suffering, Brian can see this happening again. Another 60 years, Liverpool suffers. Sonke, lapho Liverpool are done.
ubaba uDabeng washo hayi please.
Liverpool are done.
But the suffering may continue, Brian, for another 3-0. Three
Come on. Things are different now. We've got Fenway Sports Group, quality owners. Come on, let's behave.
Okay, because we want to round off the show.
Put Liverpool are done. Sorry, Uvusi. Put Liverpool are done. Put behave.
Everyone can see.
Okay, so guys, our games are crucial. Can you give us the Newcastle results, the Leeds? Newcastle some bookies are saying Steve Bruce is the next manager to be fired. What do you think?
Unfortunately so, and I feel sorry for Steve Bruce because I saw what he was trying to do with Fulham, even when he signed my boy Callum Wilson. Shout out to the Coventry boy. But they don't want to play for him. The rumors coming in from that dressing room is that they don't want to play for Steve Bruce. His tactics are too negative for them.
Final result? I'm not watching here. I'm somewhere. What is final result?
Right now it's 2-1. 88 minutes in, Leeds are winning that game. West Ham versus Crystal Palace 3-1 to West Ham.
And then tonight's fixtures. I know Madume, when you see Madume like this, he's worried about his friend Ateta. He might not even watch the whole game. I think he's panicking. Are we winning, Madume, today, Southampton?
Definitely, we're going to win because Southampton the last game on Sunday, they were able to beat us because of one, it was just a deflection mistake. Secondly, they did press on us really hard, but I think Ateta will come back and with solving that issue. Today we are beating Southampton by 2-1.
Yeah, the news earlier on said Aubameyang is available. Why is he not in?
Aubameyang is going through some personal issues. I don't know what's going on, but it's according to the reports in the club reports, and they are saying he's going through some personal issues. He is fit, but there's some personal issues that he has to deal with, so he's not available to play today.
Could it be true that he's frustrated by the Ateta formation? He tried to challenge the coach.
Well, it could be anything really. It could be true. Maybe he could be going through divorce. Who knows? It's personal reasons. It's got nothing to do with the club.
Yeah, no, it's got something to do with the club. We know the Arsenal. We know them. When they report that personal issues, make sure it's to do with the coach. Anyway, what other fixtures do we have? Is Manchester United playing tomorrow?
Well, we got West Brom Man City today, and then tomorrow we got Manchester United versus Sheffield. We should be a walkover. Then we got a big one, Everton versus Leicester, as well playing tomorrow. And we have Chelsea versus Wolves. The new Chelsea manager will be sitting in the stands watching his new team.
Who is it?
The former PSG manager.
Thomas Tuchel. Is it what Tuchel or something?
Not a good manager. Guys, the big game weekend. Quickly preview the big game: Manchester versus Arsenal. Arsenal versus Manchester United at Old Trafford.
I see that as a draw. I see it as a draw. I think it will be a very boring tactical game.
When?
No, it's boring. But for tactical people, tactics, that would be perfect tactical game. I don't think they're going to go guns blazing. Draw. Either 0-0 or 1-1.
All right, Liverpool, what are they playing weekend?
Liverpool, we got Tottenham on Thursday, and then weekend we got West Ham on Sunday. Two tough games.
Fixtures. Tough fixtures.
I see Liverpool coming with 1 point there. Let's be honest. Come back to this show next Monday. Liverpool are getting 1 point from that match, from those two matches.
All right, sorry.
Mourinho is still angry in Champions League. Liverpool. He hates Liverpool. I'm telling you. What?
Yeah, he hates Liverpool. Mourinho hates Liverpool, and he's got a squad fit at the moment. So he's got a high chance of winning against Liverpool.
I mean, Dombele is playing brilliant football, and let's be honest, their pace as well will be a big problem for us. And let's just hope we tighten up in midfield. Once we're tight in midfield, we've got a better team. But
is Henderson back?
I'm not sure at the moment. It's still touch and go on the day.
Guys, I don't know your final thoughts before we call it quits.
We'll never walk on. We'll be back.
Nothing much. It's been a wonderful show.
Well, how about Scott Parker, guys? Can you make a comment about Fulham a little bit? I just want to hear your thoughts on Fulham.
No, the guy is a good coach, to be honest. He has got mediocre players, average players. If that guy is given money, I think he can be a good coach. He's got no money.
I've always loved watching Scotty play as a player. I think play when he was a player. I think he was one of the finest midfielders in England. He was just unlucky. He came up at a time when you had Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, you name them, Carrick as well. But in general, I think he was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League during his time.
Well, what I respect about him is the reading of the game. Because when he came, he was playing this system of trying to go toe-to-toe with these big guns. Now he changed his system. He plays a different type of tactics. He just sits there and then he lets you do your thing and then catches you on the counter. It's very good. It's very good.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek is probably the best player that he has at the moment, and he's making things happen for him.
He's on loan, is it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Umthandazo Thebe lapha uthi Fulham will be relegated anyway.
I'm a negative.
But I still believe that Sheffield will rule. Sheffield is out already. I think the other teams between Fulham, West Bromwich, probably
Newcastle. If Newcastle continues,
Newcastle are in danger as well.
No,
it's a shame. I like Steve Bruce, but
I like Steve Bruce as a coach as well. But I think there's some problems there with Newcastle.
They don't want to play for him.
His management of Sunderland, I think he's also giving some problems with the supporters as well.
Okay.
But it's a joke.
Anyway, guys, thank you again. Before we go again, once again, we'd like to say congratulations to Maru Mutamu, male personality. Thank you very much. It's could be 2 hours. In Canada, Vilford Chivas. I'm Shope Malume, congratulations. And
thank you, guys. Thank you.
And you deserve it. You deserve it. You've done well, Asakani, uniting our people all across the globe. It's a very good show which you do every Sunday. Page can follow it there, and they put anything. Tyler, abahlutshwa luthando abangatholi amantombazane uyafaka khona phana uyathola intombazane
uthi umntu angakhonjwa
kanti mathali izigwadi
hayi umntangena hayi aphuma le one umama sekhaya
la bekuphekela idina mthana bekuphekele something
no guys, thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, we thank you everyone who's been watching this.